Bonjour tout le monde! Hi everyone! I'm back. French Language Solution is back today with another video. Another video means another topic. So today we're gonna talk about the French food, la nourriture française. Of course, when you want to learn a new language, you also want to learn a little bit about the culture and what matters the most when you talk about the French language and the full French culture. It's the French food, right? So now we're going to talk about la nourriture française. What is the French food? So first, we're going to start with the fruits. If you want to say a pineapple in French, it's going to be ananas. First, let's have a look at what we have in front of ananas, pineapple. If you want to say in French, you're going to say un, ananas. Of course, it depends when you're from in France. Sometimes people are going to say ananas and are not going to be pronouncing the final S, and some people will, and they're going to say ananas. I'm on the S team. I'm saying ananas to say pineapple, but you can say the two. Here, when you look at ananas, you see that the word starts with a vowel. What we do in the French language, we always try to connect all of our words to make the sentences very clear, very linkable, very smooth. So when you see a word that starts with a vowel, you're going to try to link this little vowel with the consonant that's before. So if you have un ananas, if you want to say a pineapple, you're going to link the N with the A. So you're going to be saying un ananas. You pronounce your little like un, and then you pronounce your N to be able to link it with the vowel from the next word. Un ananas or un ananas. Ananana. Both works. Then a banana. A banana, kind of similar, we're saying banane. But this one, look, a little weird. The is not un anymore, it's une. Why do we have this? Because in French, in the French language, whatever you're talking about, it's always going to be gendered. You're going to have the masculine and the feminine for everything. It can be object, it can be person, it can be job titles, and it can be food. So if we have pineapple, ananas, un, it's masculine. So we're saying un ananas, a pineapple. Banana, banane, it's feminine. So we're going to switch the un with une. We're going to add a little i at the un to make it sound une. So we're going to say une banane. Then a lemon. How do we say a lemon? A lemon, we're going to say un citron. Citron, every time you're going to have the on, you're going to be pronouncing those two letters together to make the sound on. Un citron. And you look at the A, it's un masculine. Un citron, a lemon. Then we have a strawberry. Strawberry, you look at the little article, une, feminine. Une fraise. Careful when you pronounce it. Strawberry, fraise, you see that the S here is between two vowels, between the I and the E. So every time you're going to see a word that has an S between two vowels, you're just going to pronounce the S like a Z sound. Une fraise, and not fraise. Une fraise. Then an orange. An orange, same word. The only thing that's going to change a little will be the sound of the AN. So in English or in Canada, we say an orange. In French, we're going to say une orange. En. AN makes the sound en. Une orange. Same thing here. Look, orange starts with a vowel, O. Even if you have the E at une, you can link it. So you're going to pronounce your feminine, which is une, and then you're going to link your N with the O. Une orange. So that when you're going to be pronouncing it, it's going to be smooth and easy to say. Une orange. And then a peach. A peach, une pêche. Une pêche. Starting with the consonant, no need to link. So you're saying your feminine, une, and then the fruit, pêche. Then we have a pear. Pear, we're going to say une poire. O-I makes the sound wa. Une poire. you have the R, you pronounce the R, but you're going to see that every time you have an E, final E at the end of a word, it's practically always mute. So you're not going to be pronouncing it. You're not going to be saying une poire. You're going to say une poire. And you stop at the R. Une poire, a pear. And then the last one, most common one, an apple. An apple, une pomme. Same thing as usual. We have the feminine article, une. Then we have pomme. The pomme has a double M. It doesn't change the sound. You're just going to be pronouncing like regularly, une pomme. And you stop at the M. Final E is mute. So we have un ananas or un ananas, une banane, un citron, une fraise, une orange, une pêche, une poire, et une pomme. And now you know your French fruits. Then what do we have? Les légumes. Légumes, vegetables. So, a carrot, une carotte. Same thing, a little bit different in the final way to pronounce it because we're going to pronounce the T and the O is going to be a little more close than what it is in English. But we're going to go from a carrot to une, feminine, carotte. Une carotte. An onion. This one is kind of tricky because when you look at it, you have the OI, the GN. How do you pronounce it? If you go back here, you see that sometimes OI makes the sound wa. Une poire, pear, wa. Wa sound. But when it comes to this one is a little weird. We're not going to say wa. We're just going to be pronouncing o. Oignon. Oignon. So what we're going to do, we're going to avoid the I. We're just going to pretend that the I is not here. So we're going to be saying oignon. And then we have the un. Masculine article starts with the vowel O. We link. Un oignon. And then a leek. How do we say a leek? Un poireau. Here it's okay. Poireau, it's regular. We have the wa sound, O-I. And E-A-U, those three vowels together makes the sound O. So un poireau, a leek. And then a cauliflower. How do we say cauliflower? Un chou-fleur. Chou-fleur. You had the little dash in between. It's just one word. It's still connected. Masculine. So we're going to say un chou-fleur. A potato. Potato, kind of similar. We're just skipping the O and replace it with the E. That's mute. That has no accent on it. Every time the E is at the end, it's going to be mute. Une patate. You always pronounce the little letter or the consonant that's just ahead of the E. So even if you don't pronounce the final E, you're going to be pronouncing the final T. Une patate. And then an eggplant. Eggplant, une aubergine. So here you see that poireau, a leek, E-A-U makes the sound O, but the A-U without the E, just A-U also makes the sound O. So we're also not going to be pronouncing une aubergine. And because it starts with a vowel, you'll link it with the N from une aubergine. And then a pepper, un poivron. Regular O-I, regular O-N sound, poivron. Un poivron, masculine. And then, easy one, a broccoli. Here, the little difference will be in the accent because when you say it in English, broccoli, you tend to forget about the second O. In French, you pronounce it. So you're going to be saying un brocoli. Brocoli. You pronounce every vowel. So une carotte, un oignon, un poireau, un chou-fleur, une patate, une aubergine, un poivron, un brocoli. And now you know your vegetable. Then, les condiments. Les condiments. We have the salt. Le sel. Now let's just go from the page before. We had a carrot, an onion. It's going to be une if it's feminine, un if it's masculine. When we're not going to say but the, it's going to be le. Le means the when the noun is masculine. The salt, le sel. Sel, masculin, masculine, le sel. The pepper, le poivre. Same thing, O-I-wa. VR, careful, don't say poivre. Poivre. You always connect all of the consonants together. Poivre. And you don't pronounce the E. It's mute, no accent on it, so you stop at the R. Le poivre. Then the mustard. Mustard, la moutarde. La. Oh, here we don't have le, we have la, because mustard is feminine. So the feminine the is going to be la. La moutarde. Then, easy one, the ketchup, le ketchup. Same thing, we put it masculine, le ketchup. The mayonnaise, la mayonnaise, same word. The vinegar, le vinaigre. The spices, les épices. Spices, plural, plural article, les. So when it's masculine, le, feminine, la, plural, les. Les épices. Vowel, I'll link it with my S, les épices. The oil, l'huile. Here, why don't we have le or la? It's because it starts with the H that is mute, so we don't pronounce it. After the H, you have the vowel, and you're just going to put L apostrophe plus a H that has a vowel. L'huile. So now you know your condiments. Le sel, le poivre, la moutarde, le ketchup, la mayonnaise, le vinaigre, les épices, I link, l'huile. Now, les produits laitiers. So the dairy products. The milk, le lait masculin. The cheese, super famous in France. Le fromage masculin. A yogurt, un yaourt. And this one, because we took it from the English word, you pronounce the T, un yaourt. Crème fraîche, la crème fraîche. It can be sour cream, depending on where you're from, how you're going to say it. Crème fraîche. Sometimes people say the crème fraîche. Féminin, la crème fraîche. The butter, le beurre. Same thing. Le beurre, EU, a sound, double R, E is mute. Le beurre. And the last one, whipped cream, la crème chantilly. This one too, depending on where you're from, you can say it like differently. Chantilly, because you have the double L, or sometimes people say chantilly, as if there were just one L. Both works. So now the produit laitier is done too. And now what matters the most, les recettes françaises, the French recipes. We have a couple of super famous French recipes depending on where you're from in France. You're going to have a specific plate that's going to make your little city famous. So we have le croque-monsieur, which is kind of a hot sandwich where you can put like ham, cheese, everything on it. It is super yummy. Le gratin dauphinois. Gratin dauphinois, it's a little dish where you put potatoes, cream, you can add ham, yummy. Le bœuf bourguignon. Bœuf bourguignon, beef with red wine. You put some little spices on it. You can put as many little thing inside so it can be very sensitive and it's going to be super good. Then we have la fondue savoyarde. Fondue savoyarde, I'm going to help you. It's what you see right here. This is what people eat the most when it's wintertime. It's going to be a lot of cheese that's going to melt, and you're going to take a little piece of bread, and you're just going to dip your bread in the cheese, and it's super yummy. And the last one, la bouillabaisse. It's a very typical meal from the south of France, where I'm from, and it's going to be a little fish soup. And you can put mussels, you can put wine too inside, little spices. It is super good. Now it's going to be your time to try to match the name of the meal with the right image. I want you to do that. But before we stop, what matters the most? The French dessert. French dessert, super yummy. You have la crème brûlée. Crème brûlée, you know, you're using the French way to say it. Crème brûlée, super yummy. Everybody knows this one. La tarte aux fraises. Let's see if you remember what fraise is. La tarte aux fraises. Le Paris-Brest. Paris-Brest, this one is a pastry, super yummy. You have praline, hazelnut. And this one is funny because it's actually the name of two cities in France. Paris, Brest. It's a funny one. La tarte au citron meringuée. This one, you can try to guess because it's kind of similar as in English. You know citron, meringuée. I think you know this one is kind of similar. Tarte too. It's up to you to guess. L'éclair au café. Café, coffee, coffee pastry, super yummy. And the last one, la religieuse au chocolat. Religieuse au chocolat, chocolate dessert. You're gonna see it's super yummy. No, fondue. Fondue, you can have a chocolate fondue. Yeah, that means you're gonna just be melting some chocolate and put some strawberries in it. That can be a dessert. But if you talk about the regular fondue, the natural one, the one like people talk about, is gonna be this one, which is gonna be the fondue Savoyard. Savoyard made out of cheese, so it's not gonna be a dessert. You can make it a dessert if you want. So now you can try to link those names with the right image. Try to look at them, try to see which one would match the right name, and please tell me which one do you think is the most yummy one. Personally, my favorite is l'éclair au café because I'm a coffee fan. Yeah, try to do all of those exercises. I just cannot wait to see all of your answers. Now you're super good when it comes to French food, and I just cannot wait to see you at the next class. And thank you for being here for today's class. I wish you all a good end of the week, a good weekend, and I see you soon at the next live. Salut!